S.W.O.R.D issue 7 heads to Throne World 2, where Hulkling asks about the long distance translocation. Skrulls say they have a lock and they are ready to beam him in, welcoming Captain Glory back to the Throne World. Glory reminds Teddy that he said he would be needed one day, surprised it came up so quick though. He soon sees what they are dealing with as Hulkling asks if Glory has been briefed. Glory says that they just hauled him onto the translocator, so Hulkling quickly tells him of the attacks by the Mindless Ones, magical entities that all do the bidding for Dormammu, who has since returned to conquer all, and right now they have their eyes set on Hala. Glory asks where Wiccan is, learning that he is on Skrullos since they are hitting that world as well and they need to protect both, since it can't be seen that they play favourites between the Kree and Skrulls. Teddy knows that this is an effective way to ensure that he would be alone, but he never has to be since Captain Glory is there to aid him. Glory hopes that Teddy has told Earth as well, but he knows the Guardians are engaged with the enemies at the source and he sent a message to Alpha Flight. Skrulls soon alert them to more portals as the small defense force ready for another wave. Captain Glory points something out in the sky as Hulkling says that that's why he's there, to take down the huge mindless one who has come to assault them. Glory asks if Alpha Flight got back to them, but Hulkling says that they didn't, so Glory thinks maybe it's time to call someone else. Dr. Doom meanwhile has dinner on planet Arakko with Storm, saying that when she agreed to meet he wasn't expecting a dinner and not in such a breathtaking surrounding. Storm is glad to see he appreciates the view since they worked hard to create it. She says as for dinner, sometimes letting an opponent know you can play by their game and their rules creates the proper impression. She asks how the food is and Victor says that he refuses to open his mouth grill for any dish less than magnificent, and this is superlative. He wonders if it would be rude to kidnap the chef, but Storm knows that that's an act of war technically, but it's an understandable one and it's no less rude than turning your dinner guest into a chrome statue. Doom knows she's referring to the business he had with Arcade, wondering how long ago that was, knowing that he sent a robot in his place and maybe it was suffering some sort of internal fault for it to break the sacred bonds of hospitality. He knows that the true Doom would never disrespect the goddess, but Storm tells him it's unbecoming to flirt, so Victor apologizes, knowing it is refreshing to see her in a role that befits her capabilities and to see her as a true queen as opposed to a king's wife. Aurora wonders if they really want to discuss their respective marriages so soon, but Doom soon tires of small talk, wanting to focus on more serious matters like the Mysterium and what it has wrought for the mutants and the galaxy. Captain Glory meanwhile takes down the giant mindless one above Hala, told to stay airborne and deal with any more as Hulkling asks Enlar for any word about Billy. He soon learns the Prince Consort has reported in and he and the Knights of the Infinite are holding the line on Skrullos. Teddy tells him to let Wiccan know that they are safe as well, as she asks if Hulkling wants to speak with him directly, and while Teddy does, Wiccan wouldn't be focused on his own life, wanting him to be updated as he contacts L'Oreal. Learning from the accuser, the southern front doesn't look good, as the Mindless One's magic allows them to teleport right into the battlefield, and they are hitting their strongest units directly, like an infection attempting to overwhelm the immune system. Hulkling wonders why they're attacking Hala though, since it's not the seat of government at the moment. Glory reports another giant coming through a portal, guessing Dormammu can only teleport so many at once, as one opens behind him, allowing both giants to blast the hero, knocking him down as he tells Hulkling that two of the giants killed each other just to get the drop on him. Glory is glad that he was called up to battle since this is how he wanted to go out, as he impacts on the ground. More waves of mindless ones pour into the area, destroying the translocator as Enlar says that she cannot get a hold of the accuser since either comms are down or she's dead. Hulkling doesn't want to hear that since they are still in the fight, when suddenly his sword is broken by one of the mindless one's eye beams. Doom and Storm meanwhile continue to enjoy their dessert as they discuss the Mysterium, with Victor wondering if she knew it resonates with magic and maybe it's proof against it. Storm says that it's not info they have given away, but Doom says that she didn't need to since he's a doctor of the magical arts and he's forged himself in the secret fire and he can see magic thanks to having his mother's eyes. Storm wonders what he sees with them, so Victor tells her many things, knowing Mysterium isn't from their reality, and using mutant technology, which he knows is just magic, they were able to condense it into a primal cosmic particles that exist in both outside and inside their cosmos and at the heart of it. He knows that they are getting it from the White Hot Room, but Storm wonders if this is a problem for him, that they did it first. Victor says that they stole fire from the heavens, so how could he not object to it, and he has done the same with significant difference. He wore gloves. Victor tells her to be careful since they are dabblers in this area, and at this scale the consequences would be severe, and just using the wrong symbol or metaphor can destroy them, and with them doing what they did, they have altered the balance. Victor knows that they were subtle about it and enough to create a moment of opportunity, but something is coming and perhaps it already is there. Storm is contacted by Abigail Brand, who tells her about the Mindless Ones assaulting the Kree-Skrull Alliance, and Star-Lord is reporting an attack on Spartax, as well as some weird traffic from the Shi'ar. She knows that there might be more to this, but Sol hasn't been hit yet and they shouldn't wait until it is, so she's taking a team to Hala and will assess the threat. But if this spirals out of control, Storm needs to address the Great Ring. Doom can see that look on Storm's face that she is learning something he already knows, knowing that they clearly need the knowledge he so offers, knowing that after he has taught her and once Doom has saved them from themselves, they'll discuss how Arakko repays its debts. Storm gets up, blasting the table with her lightning, saying that playing by your opponent's rules can create good impressions, and refusing to play their games at all creates a better one. She tells Victor dinner is over and cigars will not be served, thanking him for his offer to teach them how to crawl, but it comes too late since they already are flying, and while they have more to learn, they have always been a school first and foremost, but Victor has nothing to teach them, and with all that's on his hands and what's been laid at his door, why would they ever need him? Doom is sad that dinner is finally over, but knows he acted with decorum and hopes that the mutants can say the same when tomorrow comes. Hulkling meanwhile is beaten by the Mindless One, left to die as he knows his grandmother was right and he should have listened to her about Earth and Alpha Flight and his friends. Abigail Brand arrives, knowing that he really should have listened since she warned them all the way back at his wedding party that Alpha Flight doesn't work and it's why she built something better. Brand moves her team out, getting them ready to evac Hulkling. Manifold says that he'll teleport him right into their med bay as Teddy says that there are people still fighting and he cannot abandon them, but his injuries are too severe. Brand says that their healers will have him fixed in minutes and then he'll be back in the fight with the hand-picked S.W.O.R.D team at his back. She says that she wants to break the ice between Krakoa and the Alliance, as Hulkling knows it's to do with the Wanda thing since Billy hates it when she's called the Pretender by the mutants, but knows that they tried contacting her via magic, but there was no response, making him think that maybe Dormammu is blocking them. Brand, who knows what really happened to Scarlet Witch, agrees as more Mindless Ones teleport in. The team get to work fighting them back, and Brand tells Manifold to get the Emperor to the medbay, and once he's there, they'll be right behind him. Manifold tells Hulkling to relax and soon he'll feel a bed under him. Teddy thanks him, not believing the Avengers didn't come since they called Alpha Flight and the distress signal went through but nothing happened. Manifold tells him next time he should have contacted the Avengers directly since Henry Gyrich is in charge of Alpha Flight and he probably wrote them off as an acceptable loss. Brand knows that wouldn't surprise her since it's always the same in a crisis and people show who they really are.